Well, we are in the middle of not in the middle, more in the beginning of our spring garden. And I wanted to give y'all an update. So, my mom blessed us with all those tomatoes that you can see. And then you can see a bunch of lettuce in here. And then my kids added that row. Not very straight, but hey, doesn't have to be perfect. So I wanted to kind of give y'all an update of where we're at. I know my son planted a bunch of potatoes, and oh, here's one right here. There's one finally sprouting through there. We didn't see, kind of disappointed that more weren't sprouting, but they might just be taking a little longer. There's one there. There's one there. Yep. So we got some more coming up. The lettuce is doing pretty good. I just planted this like 2 days ago from seedlings. And then this lettuce is the first stuff she gave me. And look at that. I mean, that stuff looks great. Looks really good. I was surprised. I didn't think it would grow too well. Yeah, there's an invasive critter right there. I'm gonna watch for them. But anyways, my tomatoes. So I've been doing a lot of research trying to figure out like what's the best way to grow, to keep them going. And part of research said that tomatoes do better when the water doesn't touch the leaves when it comes from the ground. So I bought soaker hoses, and let me tell you something, that has done wonders. And so you see they're growing tall. I don't have any support, and that's my next project, which I hope to take on in the next 4 or 5 days. And I'll show you that in another video of what we're going to do, and kind of what people said would work, should work. So, and that'll help keep the bugs off when the water's, well, I think it will. Maybe I'm wrong. I did have a tomato. I'm going to try and find it here. There was one with a nice giant tomato. There's a couple tomatoes there. There's one on that plant. But there was one that had a nice large tomato. Hopefully it didn't fall off or anything, but it was one of the flowering ones. Oh yeah, there it is. I'll walk right by it. So these look more like they're like beefsteak tomatoes. I don't know if you can see the tomato. I'm trying to find it on my phone. Oh, now I got some. Oh, there it is, right there. Right there. So there's the tomato. So that's that. Then we planted watermelon. So we've got some watermelon growing in these hills. We've got 5 mounds. There's one there. There's one here. I think they might have been older seeds. So if we don't get a whole lot, there's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Got at least 13 of those. This whole section here, this row, and that row are all cucumbers. And you know, while I'm listening to everybody say, you know, don't plant them all the same week, stage them. Yeah, well, I went all after the same night. So we'll have cucumbers coming out our ears, but we can make pickles and stuff out of them. So this section was some beans that were given, and they didn't quite sprout. They're kind of sporadically sprouting. I don't know if maybe we planted them too deep, but they're coming up, so we'll see how they do. They're still, as you can see here, they're still coming up, so they might just be little late bloomers. These green beans, however, are doing great. As you can see, they're all in here. These were some heirloom green beans that I purchased from Tractor Supply, and so you can see that whole row there, and then there's that row there, and they're doing real good. Now in here, I don't remember if this was squash or zucchini, but it's one of the two. So we've got a bunch growing in here. And it looks like most of these have come up, which is great, because part of what we want. There's a cat or something crawling through here last night. But these did not do well. So I don't know if these got planted too deep or if they're bad seeds. So that's the unfortunate part. And then here I planted one row of corn. I never do well with corn, so I decided I had a little leftover seed. I was curious if they grow, so we planted those. So that's our garden. So that's where we are. Oh, and I didn't show you the large potatoes, but they're over here too. So let me Look at those. Those look great. My son planted those. I think that's actually like 2 or 3 plants, but they kind of like stuck together, so he just planted the whole thing. But those look really great. So super excited about that in the midst of some of our other projects, but can't wait to get everything ready to go for the garden. So we'll update you again a little further once I get the tomato thing up. I might include it with this video, might not. Let me go show you something else. Over here, I have my grapes. So they're actually growing, which is fantastic, because that was kind of one of those things you get concerned about. They look really good. Let me get out of the light there. They're doing really well. Over here are blackberries, my blackberry bush, excuse me. And it's got blackberries. You can't see because of the light. So here we go. Let me get you this one right here. Here's some blackberries. See? So it's not gonna have a lot. I mean, what, might get 15, 20. But where this was in a pot, it grew out the bottom, and there's 5 other plants that I'm gonna transplant back here and get a trellis up for them. And then our strawberries, I don't know what to think. They're trying. They're there. That might be one. There's another one. That one. I think that's one. There's a couple here. There's a good one there. That's probably my healthiest looking one, but they're trying. So, and then we have onions that are growing in these pots. Might be a little close, I don't know. They're huge onions. And then our blueberries. They are awesome. They're just starting to turn. The next year we should have a really, really good crop of blueberries. Now that I've got it set up with watering them and fertilizing, you can see more of them are starting to turn purple. There's another one there. There's another one there. So some of them need a little more attention. I'm not sure what. Maybe different fertilizer, more fertilizer. These aren't as healthy looking, so but they're growing. So we're getting there. We're super excited about it. So that's our spring garden this year for 2023. Working really hard to try and get things going, and really if we get that many green beans out of there, I mean, you might get a couple meals out of it. The potatoes, tomatoes, we may get so many we'll be able to can them or something, because we'll have that many. So that'll be awesome. So let me go show you one other. So my other son planted an area out here. Well, I gotta watch where I go. We're watermelons. So you can see one there, one here, one there. So he planted a whole bunch in this section here, which with all the mulch and leaves, I would think will do really good. We're hoping. Obviously we got to fertilize and stuff. Here's one of the, I guess one of the better plants right here. It's in the shade and in this ground. And then here, I believe here and there, this is all sugar cane. So he's got sugar cane growing in here. So we'll see how that does as well. There's another watermelon plant there. So, and these are wild blackberries here, but they're doing well, so we should be able to maybe fertilize them and get some out of those too. So we've got a lot of those around here where we live. So that's our update for our garden 2023. We'll keep you posted on how things progress and what we did, mistakes we've made, or things we've done to help it grow on.